Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. You might have noticed that I haven't uploaded any videos for the last 3 or 4 months, and there's a couple reasons for that. Well, the main one is probably because I've been overseas since from about August, mid-August to late October. I was in and around the Caribbean and the US of A. So that was the first time I've ever been to the US. I was working on a cruise ship, Wonder of the Seas. I'll put a picture up here so you can see what it looks like. That's the ship I was working on as a musician. But yeah, about 2.5 months. I also did another cruise ship earlier this year, which was a bit closer to home. It was around Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific Ocean. But no, this one, yeah, like I said, it was the first time I've ever been to the US. It was an amazing experience. Like I met heaps of great people, made so many nice friends. I had to deal with US accents and US dollars for really the first time ever in my life, which is crazy since I'm like 24 now. And it's such a big influence on media and entertainment, pop culture, um, and we feel it in Australia. But to actually go there and experience it for real is definitely different. So it was really fun. Now I was actually supposed to be there for an extra month until about end of November. So I was supposed to come back about 2 weeks ago, but I ended up coming back about 6 weeks ago. So I've been back in Australia for about 6 weeks now. And the reason I came back is because I got a call when I was on the ship that my mother passed away. Um, and it was completely unexpected. And I pretty much had to rush home straight away. So I had about 3 or 4 days to get pack my things, say my goodbyes, and head back across the other side of the world because that's where I was. It was on the other side of the world. It was really tough, but I had a lot of really nice friends on the ship that made my last week there as easy as possible for me. So that was really good. And then I came back. We had the funeral about a month ago now, and I've been delaying this video because I didn't want to. I wasn't didn't think I was comfortable sharing yet, but I am now because I do want to come back to YouTube. I am going on another ship again in early January for about 3 months or so. Again, that's same as my first ship. It's a bit closer to home, around closer to Australia. But I do want to keep the videos coming because it is something I really enjoy doing. And I was definitely considering stopping and considering retiring from MCOC altogether, but I'm glad I didn't, because it is a really great community of people that I've got to know. Obviously most of them I've never met in real life, but it's really good to have a community that do support me. The guys in my alliance, when I told them about the news, they were really understanding, and they gave me all the time I needed to get my head straight up, and it was really good. So yeah, there were a lot of decisions to be made, and there still are. But I do want to come back and record some videos for you guys because it is something I really enjoy doing. So yeah, so thank you for listening to me ramble for a few minutes there. I will show you guys. I will switch over to MCSC now, and so you can see. So I can sort of give you an update on where my roster is at the moment, and give you a little bit of a heads up on what I plan to do in the near future, with not only with my roster but also videos coming up soon in the next few months. All right, so here we are in game. You can see my roster here. I actually haven't really done too many major rank ups since my last video, which was like 3 or 4 months ago now. I think I've only taken up like three, maybe four rank threes. I can show you guys what my rank threes are currently. I only have 14. Um, and so I think by the time my last video, I had probably 10, maybe. But since then, I think I did take Spot to rank three a few months ago. Since then, I've taken him up to Sig 200. So he's the only 7 star I have at Sig 200. Obviously, he won't be the last, but he was the first one to get up to Sig 200. Definitely want to show sort of like an updated video on Spot because my last ones are pretty old. So I definitely want to show him against some of the newer defenders, and to help people who are getting 7 star spots now. Absolutely. Ebony Moore was someone I took up to rank three probably like a month ago, maybe roughly. mostly for Alliance War and Battlegrounds defense. He can sort of be a sneaky good Battlegrounds attacker sometimes, depending on the meta. Normally, like 95% of the time, he's a defender, though, if I even draft him. Um, he definitely isn't the as strong a defender as he used to be because there's a lot of really, really strong science champions and really strong champions that just ignore miss as well. So his value has definitely gone down, but he can still catch people for sure sometimes. And there's certain betters in battlegrounds where he does better than normal. Chavez as well, I think, was a new ish rank 3 because for a while I didn't have any Mystic rank 3s actually at all. So Chavez and Moore have been my first two. Chavez is just insane. Like if you have a Chavez, you understand how powerful she is. She's at 660 now. That's all natural. That's extra damage on her special 2, or just extra damage in general, really. Yeah, she's just incredibly strong in all aspects of the game, and is pretty much just I'd say she pretty much has been a staple in battlegrounds for like the last 12 months. If you want a really strong, end game deck, she's just an absolute must to have. She's so good. Like there's because almost every meta has some sort of gives the defender some sort of buff. Um, and so she just benefits from that straight off the bat by just getting extra damage permanently. So yeah, she's a really, really essential rank 3 in my opinion for that top end battlegrounds like Mysterium, Celestial type decks. So yeah, really, really good rank 3 there. And I think the only other one, oh no, I've done 2 more since then actually. So I think I've done maybe 5 since my last video. Joe Fixit is one of my favorite science champions now. He's drip, like he's just drippy. Like look at that guy. He just oozes drip. Like he's just so fun to use. He's only 640, but really his sig ability doesn't scale that well in my opinion. And so just having him at sig 20, you're pretty much good to go. Taking him to rank 3, in my opinion. He gets so much damage if you can play him well. I do definitely want to do a video on this guy because I do think there's a lack of content out there. I can show you the trick, which the double spade trick, which can get you ramp up to 4 spades, extra quick. I know if you're a regular Joe user, you should know the double spade trick, but yeah, he's so fun. I think the next upcoming battlegrounds meta with Power Shield is just going to destroy because his special 1 does an incredible amount of damage. More damage than a lot of champion special 2s. So yeah, he's so fun, and I can't wait to keep using him and recording some content with this guy. So yeah, Joe Fixit, and then my most recent one, it only took about a week ago, was Hyperion. So I recently awakened him. I probably awakened him like 2 months ago, maybe, and he was really just he just I don't really because I haven't really ranked 3'd champions just for fun, but Hyperion is definitely that. Like he's not, he's far past his prime for sure. However, he is still really fun. Spamming those heavies, getting stacks and stacks of furies if RNG is on your side is so fun. Just launching that massive special 2. If you get that stun to land, you can chain into another heavy. It's just his flow is so satisfying. And he's not amazing, but he's an okay dual threat in battlegrounds. Obviously, there's a lot of champions that can power control him quite easily, like someone I just showed you, America Chavez. But he's still really, really strong. Yeah, like I said, definitely past his prime, but still really, really fun. And I do want to do a video on him discussing the impact of the Gamora relic on him, because this is actually a really big deal for him. Because if you look at her awakened ability, whenever a Fury or Cruelty buff fails due to chance, gain 1% increased Fury and Cruelty ability actually for the rest of the fight, and you get a max of 11.76%. And then there's an extra ability that lets you get even more ability accuracy on your Fury. So I do actually want to do a video really doing a deep dive into the impact of the Gamora relic just on Hyperion and seeing how much stronger he is with it compared to without it. Because obviously for most of his tenure in the game, there hasn't been the Gamora relic, but now there is. It's interesting to see how much of an effect it has. So yeah, those are the rank 3s at the moment. I did kind of whale out a bit this Cyber Week. I did spend about 500 Australian dollars, which was enough to get me obviously the 7-star Craven. But if we go into my inventory, I do have four rank 3 gems. I've got 2 mystics, I've got 1 science, and I've got 1 generic. Also still got this Glorious Games rank up gem to rank 2. So I'm still yet to decide who these rank up gems will go to. I think one of these mystic ones will probably go to Juggernaut. I think that's probably the one I'm settled on the most so far. I'm not sure about the other ones yet. But yeah, there's a lot of decisions to be made, not only with the rank up gems, but also these 6 stones. I have exactly 125 7-star 6 stones, so we're close to going into the overflow now. Because so obviously the only one I've really used on 6 stones on is Spot. I do also have a Domino. She's just at rank 2 at the moment. Obviously, I can rank 3 her. She's at SIG 100 now, so I definitely could get us to SIG 200. And also this week, I did open a Nexus that actually gave me an awakened 7-star. Where is he? Where did he go? He's disappeared from me. Let me filter by 7 stars. There he is. Omega Red. I actually awakened this guy this week, which was a pretty big deal because Omega Red is one of my favorite champions ever. He was the first 6-star I ever ascended. You know, back when ascensions were really hard to get. Obviously, you can get them almost weekly now. But yeah, this guy is insane at SIG 200. But that's the thing. You kind of need him to get up to SIG 200 for it really to be impactful, in my opinion, especially when we're talking about tier 1 war and you know, Mysterium, Celestial sort of battlegrounds. So I'm not sure about Omega Red, like, because it's not only that, it's also that he's definitely, like Hyperion, he's past his prime. I'm not afraid to admit that, even though he's one of my favorites, he is past his prime for sure. And you know, there's a lot of champions coming in with cleanse and other abilities that make it tricky for Omega Red to stay relevant. I still think he's very, very strong. There's a lot of defenders that he still has really lots of control over. And there's dozens I could list, but yeah, it's just there's a lot of things. There's also a lot of things holding him back. So I'm not sure about Omega Red. There's also we sort by SIG level. There's other champions I could SIG up. Let's actually SIG order the right way. But obviously the SIG stones aren't as impactful for them. You know, if we talk like champions like Omen Infinity War, he's a natural SIG 80 now at rank 2, so he can get a bit more power, a bit more molecular armor. It's not super impactful for someone that's, I don't really want to give SIG someone that's purely just a defender. Prestige is not really a consideration for me. I'm not really too fussed about what my prestige is, so I'm not really fussed about that. Yeah, I did also awaken Photon from the 2023 champion selector. I picked her and awakened her, so she could also get some 6 stones. But that doesn't really help her too much offensively, really. I mean, she's it is mostly a defensive awakened ability, so yeah, I'm a bit hesitant on SIGing up Photon, but yeah, there's a lot of other options as well. You know, Guardian. There's not Corvus. He doesn't really need 6 stones. Namor is an interesting one. Killmonger, again, that's just a defensive one though. There's a lot of options here of the Hood I've got. There's a lot of champions that are definitely would benefit from 6 stones, but yeah, I'm not sure who I want to give them to yet. Onslaught. So yeah, still a decision that got to be made. So that's sort of where my roster is at the moment. I don't want to talk about it too much. This is mostly just a update video telling you that I'm still okay. I'm alive. I'm doing all right, and I do plan on doing more content for you guys out. Right after this, I'm going to work on a war video. I'm going to do, instead of individual wars, I'm going to do like a weekly highlights package from this season. So there'll be 3 videos for this season. And yeah, I've got some more videos cooking for my new rank 3s, and then I might do a stream where I decide on my newest rank 3s. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you're doing well, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.